buy Phoenix, you buy local. Yeah, buddy.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
How's it going, everyone?
Desiree.
Where have you been, young
Where
man?
have you been, young man? We've been doing things.
Not building PCs.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry for not streaming at all.
I was gonna do a game stream, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't really have an excuse.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Also, I've been playing. The only game I really wanted to play was Pokemon Violet.
Oh.
But
Oh my god.
yeah.
Illegal. Straight to jail.
Right to jail. And I didn't know, even if I had it full screen and like hit everything, I think that would still be a no-no. Just in case.
Well, okay. Allegedly, as long as you don't say that that's what you're doing and you don't promote other people to do the same thing.
So the only thing that would throw like a red flag is that when you go to name something, it brings up a text box instead of like the regular like switch like thing. And that was the only one, because I'm using, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say what I'm using.
Yeah.
Shame. Okay, look, I started playing it on...
Because, okay,
I started playing it on Sarah's Switch. So...
Some of the most prominent Pokemon, like, streamers and YouTubers and stuff...
use it.
They will potentially, allegedly, use such software
also,
on Twitch.
Just not say anything.
And as long as they don't,
condone it.
Like, say that that's what they're doing.
Which, no, generally, because like my thinking is I have access to the game. I can play the game, but I want to play it on my computer. And because I play it on my computer, you can turn VSync off. And so if you're in a light enough load, so if you're like in a battle or you're in text or something like that, or you like look straight down, the game runs at like 2 times. You can just do things that are like monotonous a little faster. Yeah. But then if you're like in a regular cutscene, or you're like, you know, doing like, you know, a gym battle or something, you can turn it back on and go to like regular speed. So no, I do not condone generally the use of emulators unless that game is like not available anymore.
Well, it's kind of ridiculous because, and I mean, I think we sort of talked about this a little bit in one of our recent streams, but just like, it's kind of ridiculous the stance that they have on it. Because,
no emulation, no matter what. It's like, dude, you haven't sold these games in 10 plus years. What are you?
Not even that. It's like, if you have the game, if you've purchased the game,
yeah.
They still don't like you doing it. And it's like, what? I've
literally already given you the money.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
It's silly. Anyways, okay. Hello, I'm gonna be getting up and moving around and stuff, trying to continue diagnosing the computer that we have off screen.
There are a couple of websites for like ROM downloading that will redirect you to the Nintendo eShop. And I think once you buy it, it'll give you access to the ROM or something like that. But a lot of those places will get shut down. It took me a hot sec to find the whatever it is I'm talking about.
It'd be a licensed way to play games you bought. They could charge a $10 fee even. No, I mean, what they need to do is they just need to like re-release. They just need to do like a DS or haven't they already started Game Boy expansion pass or whatever I can't remember. I like, if I had the money, I would
for games that you've already like what if you had the Game Boy cartridge and you could like scan the serial number? I guess you could scan a friend's.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, the real answer to that is that like you can. I think what they prefer that you do, and maybe they don't frown upon it as much, is like if you create your own ROMs.
If you do what?
If you create your own ROMs. So like you have the actual cartridge and you like use software to like
I see. Okay.
yeah, if you which like is honestly something I'm kind of
That would be cool because
interested in.
that's well, and I think is that where like some of the custom ROMs. So like, forget the examples, but like Pokemon has a bunch of different hack ROMs for various things, and there's like a version of like Pokemon Platinum and Emerald and all that kind of stuff, and like or there's like a Game Boy version of the Sinnoh region games, but for like the Game Boy emulators, which would be super neat.
Sorry, I read it and then got distracted. Yes, hello Trashy. Glad that you're off today. Get some relaxation, some rest.
Halloween shopping. What'd you get?
Paying for games you already own. Laughs and Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
Ha ha ha.
Full of retail therapy serotonin. Oh boy. I was full of responsibility anxiety.
I did an oil change on my car this morning. Fucking $57 for oil and a filter. That feels wrong. And then I spent $46 filling up my car with gas. Like, now granted I have to use premium because I've got a turbo. It don't like 87.
And Lydia went on a shopping spree, but not a fun one.
Not
one
like
for house supplies.
No.
And it feels bad because it's like you're spending a shit ton of money, and
But
it's
there's
just on
nothing
like,
you can do about it.
but it's on like napkins and like paper towels and stuff.
Yeah, I just don't buy that stuff. Although, having to like sort of like mentally decide whether or not I want to like my car maintenance or and Ford. If anyone at Ford is listening, fuck you for using 2-piece lug bolts or lug nuts. They use like a steel like thread section. Hi, Horse Google.
Hello.
And then a like chrome, and then like a chrome or whatever you call it, hex head. Look, there are no solid options that compete with the Focus ST anymore. Not for the price. Now, granted, I paid. D-Teens you can get probably, but that would imply me being able to then get a like Cobb access port and spend $600 on that, and then yeah. So no, the Focus ST is actually a reasonably reliable vehicle. Like as far as Fords go and as far as like vehicles go, the Focus ST specifically is a good buy, and like generally they don't have a lot of issues, assuming you keep up with maintenance and that kind of stuff. This is just a like stupid little decision that Ford was like, let's save some money by fucking with your lug nuts, and so I spent $40 on lug nuts and replaced all of those. One got stripped, and so I just took one of my like decent SCT. What the hell is SCT? Scroll back down.
Trashy, starting a new position on Monday. Told your boss you needed a mental health day. He was like, "Do it." That's awesome. It sounds like a change because I feel like I remember you having bosses that not say that. So, Kragan recently bought a house. Feel like the only store you get to go to anymore was in Home Depot. Oh boy.
Ryan, do you have the screwdriver?
Huh?
The electric screwdriver?
Oh yeah, it's over there. Okay. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Yeah, okay.
Talking about the Ford, yeah, it's a Ford Focus ST, and it's a 2018. What's an SCT? Because I only know about the COB access port, and depending on how much you sell, it depends on when you were selling it and how much you were selling it for. Because I just don't have extra money to spend on that kind of stuff. Unless I can like sell some other stuff first. I gotta a bunch of like stuff that I'm not using that I'd like to sell. Aired once unused. Browser is fine. Any thoughts? Try Firefox and just don't use Google Chrome. Is an SCT just a? Is it just a different branded? Your Ford got U-hauled. Oh God.
It's a change, but it's not. It's really not a change. Just an added responsibility. Well, I mean, like, are you at least getting paid more for it?
I'm gonna look that up.
Being pay raise? But yeah, Nakey Jakey, I would say, I feel like the first thing people always say is like hardware acceleration. You could try turning that off if you have it on. You could also just try restarting the computer. But it helps a lot of time.
Yeah, Disra, if you want to message me on Discord, if you want to like send me like the product page for it or whatever. Fuck, I don't know.
How's our Friday going? Where's Pat? I'll answer the second question first. Pat is on vacation.
Pat's doing his motherfucking thing. He's doing his own. He's doing beach shit.
So he's getting a well-deserved vacation.
He's gonna come back like red as a lobster.
How's the Friday going? It's going.
Alright. Ginger might not come back. Oh, there have been a bunch of videos. You guys, do you know the Island Boys? Unfortunately, yes. They bought a no beach shit. They bought a 2-stroke dirt bike, and there have been a bunch of videos of one of the guys like riding around. It's so funny because like, do you know the concept of driving a manual car?
Roughly.
Like clutch in, a little bit of gas, and then you let the clutch out slowly.
Yeah.
This guy seemingly cannot get the concept of like a bite point on a clutch. And drove a manual, hated it. You just got to get good at it. Like respectfully, there's nothing else to do except get good at it. It is so rewarding when you get it right, but fuck standstill traffic. If it's your daily driver and you don't like particularly care about cars, I would never ever fault anybody for getting an automatic. Like you just don't care.
What's up, Poorly Hung?
Respectfully, get good. But like if you kind of like cars, if you like driving, or if you honestly, for some people, if you have trouble staying engaged while driving, like if you're like, you find yourself like in and out of attention, manual is a really good way to like bring yourself into the moment, because you can't do anything else, because you're either hands on wheel or wheel and shifter, clutch in, clutch out, whatever. It's just a lot of fun. It's also easier when you learn when you're young. My first car was all of my cars have been manual. It's a lot of fun. I still drive manual. I don't know if it depends on what my next car is. I think I'm gonna keep the ST for a while because it's so much fun. It's so practical. You can tune them pretty well. And fair amount of space for a small car. Relatively reliable, cheap to maintain. What's up, John Cena?
Hey, what's up, John Cena?
But like, if I were to get, I'm trying to just get more manual than that, buddy. If I were to get like a BMW, I would honestly like heavily consider that 8-speed automatic because holy shit, are they so much faster. Not only do you get like the actual gearing advantage of having like tighter gears, but the shifts are faster. And when I drove a newer Supra, the 8-speed auto was really good. It felt like it was connected to the wheels. It didn't feel like a slush box, even though it was technically a torque converter.
I drive the car from Flintstones. Doesn't get more manual than that, buddy.
I love that. That's funny. But like if I got like a BMW like M235i, I would. Oh, look at that.
What the actual hell?
Hachi machi. Holy moly. What the fuck? Take a video. Mine.
10 hours.
10
hours.
I did my waiting. Years of it.
What?
Hey, do you on Discord? All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'll look into it. If you're not in a rush, we're bench testing an RMA, and Ryan had left it to like.
I accidentally left it for 10 hours.
Which ended up being okay, like good.
Yeah.
But obviously wasn't. It just started artifacting like crazy, and we're not sure if it's the like the GPU or the HDMI port or the motherboard maybe.
Well, it's not the HDMI port because I switched over to the display port.
Then never mind. Don't you just love computers? Honestly, I hate troubleshooting computers. I do not feel that I am particularly good at it. And
okay, well,
it's just I like to build. I like fun. Not the fun part. Better luck that your PC fund. Well. Now let me see if I can like sort some stuff out, sell some stuff, whatever.
Because I didn't even run anything that time, right?
No, it looked like it was just sitting on. Yippee! Asus boards I've installed that god-awful Armory Crate software to the latest updates. No, you can just go get the motherboard drivers. If you want to adjust your RGB, it's probably suggested that you get Armory Crate. But what you could do is, actually, you know what? I don't know if you can set it and forget it with Armory Crate, because I don't think it saves to devices. What you could do is there are currently two softwares, I think, for RGB that are like non-proprietary, and that is Signal RGB and Open RGB. Signal RGB is I think it has a better GUI, like it's got a better interface. Open RGB is sort of more like it's not as user-friendly.
I mean, you don't need any motherboard software for any motherboard. It's just some things can be
very convenient.
Yeah, some things can be a lot annoying without it.
And then you get like, obviously this isn't a motherboard, but like Corsair, you need iCUE because it's a USB device.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. There is a chance that you could probably use OpenRGB, but that would require further testing, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I like the UI of Armory Crate. I haven't had really any problems with it. So.
Yeah, I don't have, it does, you know, it chews on a little bit of more, you know, if you use the performance mode, it does chew on a little bit more memory and CPU power than you would otherwise have. But it's not too bad. It's not that intrusive. And if you know, like, just sort of where to click and like where to stay out of, it's really not too bad. I will say though, for the motherboard's like software and drivers, I would just go to the motherboard website. It's not as easy, but it is like very reliable that you're getting like the most up-to-date stuff.
Well, the thing about that though is sometimes the like motherboard software will like, I guess maybe they like have access to internal servers or something, because like they'll get a more updated version than the most recent version on the website.
Interesting.
Or maybe they
Off the graphics card. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you definitely don't need Armory Crate. Or, you know, I think it has a couple of like updates that'll update like RGB devices and whatnot. But again, it's not required stuff. You don't need it to make the computer run.
Yeah.
I like Armory Crate. I like aesthetically, it's kind of cool on the home screen.
Yeah, like I don't fault anyone for hating it, but
Certainly not. Get in there.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, does it really matter how many processes? If it's like, I'm not saying that this is the case, but I'm just saying like, what do you care about more, like the number of processes or the like usage? What's more important is the usage, which it probably does have high usage, but
Yeah. It is funny though when you like open up Task Manager and there's just one program that has like 10 instances open. It's like, what
yeah,
the fuck? Ugh.
like if like Armory Crate has the same usage as like Open RGB or something, like does it really, hypothetically, you know, does it really matter? Yeah, I'm gonna sit for a second.
Yeah, Chrome's a little resource intense. I don't use Chrome anymore. I just use Firefox for the most part, or like Safari if I'm on my Mac. A little bit ridiculous. A little bit, but yeah, like you said, it's like on modern systems, you kind of don't need to worry about that as much anymore. Just not as big of a deal, especially because your i5s are able to handle. You know, the i5s are what, technically like 12 core? Is it 6 or no? Or is it 12?
I think it's,
Or is it 6? Like 6?
I mean, it heavily depends on processor and like
a 13600. What, like
either
core and then
it's either 10 or either 10 or 14.
Opera GX. I tried using Opera GX and I don't know why, but it weirded me out. I couldn't get into it. It could have been that I was already like pretty ingrained in Firefox.
When? This is not
I'm
on
not
the
saying.
box?
That's funny.
Really? Really? What's this? Is this really just warranty?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's like it's always 6P cores, but like 12400F is I think just 6P cores, and then I think like one version of the 13600 has like I don't know, it's I forget because it's complicated.
It's just all different all the time.
But because it's been called into question now, I want to. Where's the 13? Okay, has. Yes. Okay, I was right. It is 14. It's 6 and 8. That's what I thought.
Okay, I see.
But I think there's an i5 Intel CPU that has 6 and 4. That might be 12th gen.
Like right when E-cores were announced or something.
You guys following this whole Linus Tech Tips thing?
I was
More or
just
less,
thinking about that.
yeah.
It's not looking good. Like I don't think it's gonna like tank them or anything, but I went to go look today for like just to sort of like brush up on my GPU like hierarchy stuff. Went to go like look up, like I just searched like GPU hierarchy 2023, and some Linus Tech Tips videos came up, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch those.
That needs to actually be
just a
the
host.
host.
That's not a terrible idea. Tight.
Yeah, but no, there's been like it's not just. I don't know if everyone has seen this because I don't know if it's getting quite as much coverage, or like maybe it's just because it's newer. But there's also been a former employee that
Stepped forward about some
very horrible things, and it's better to just go read them for yourselves rather than us try and. What happened to LTT? I mean, honestly, the best thing to do is just go watch the Gamers Nexus videos.
They are so Steve and his team are just so like straightforward about it. There's really no bullshit or anything. It's very nice.
Yeah, I would say the main gist of it is that Steve was really concerned about accuracy and ethical questions.
Rightly so.
In their reviews.
Because they had even themselves been adding just a bunch of like edits and notes in the description, and they did like their little interview thing where they interviewed the employees and were asking like, what would you want to see changed? And pretty much all of them said that they just wanted more time to be able to work on stuff. So my guess is that Steve would probably not want you calling him a god. I think that that is like
The opposite.
the opposite of what he looks for. But you know, you do you.
That's probably also part of the issue, Linus, is
The sort of ego associated with being such a large internet personality.
well, I mean, like, I think it's undeniable. I think pretty much anyone would say that if you think like Tech YouTube, the like biggest person you can think of is Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah, just about.
Okay. I had a theory because the had issues plugging in the display port. It felt like it wasn't plugged in all the way.
Okay.
And I was able to like get it to like kind of I was able to work the housing under the case, the metal of the case. I thought that maybe that was putting, you know, some force on the GPU and making it come out of the socket a little bit. But I was doing fine, and so I tried that. I tried like doing that. Now it's still fine. I don't know what's happening.
Click on that link, thing.but. See what happens. It's probably just going to
What?
take you to an error page, but
I'm
Disarray,
scared. I don't want to.
Disarray just put a period too close.
I don't want to click that. It's like how you get a lot of viruses. I understand they need to pay the bills, but LTT got so obnoxious with the merch plugging, which like I wouldn't like necessarily have issue with because.
Did you watch their video?
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. No. Okay. In that I'm like in general, like, you know, creating content outside of the context of like a corporate statement / apology, whatever you want to call it. Like it is annoying how often it is, but you know, as like for me personally, I can see that.
You understand.
Yeah, like that's how like the main monetization of their business, and like it's how they keep things running. And yeah, I thought that maybe this desperation to pump out videos was like because they spent so much money on labs and they're trying to recoup that cost.
Is it shareholder? Is it just like shareholders?
I don't know if they have shareholders.
Okay.
Because I think they've kept it like
They just
them
added the
owning it.
CEO.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, like that theory got kind of shot down in that like corporate statement video because I mean they're taking a week off and they're gonna re-gear.
It sounded, someone put it as like self-imposed deadlines.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it very well just could have been like Linus wanted to put out more content.
Trying to make money with labs, how about, I don't know, letting them work properly? That's one of like the saddest things about this is that like they spent so much money on labs so that they could be better, but then they
fucked it all up.
You know, we're shooting themselves in the foot, and labs was causing a lot of their issues. You know,
what exactly like were their labs like set up to do? Was like just like automatically
basically
test?
Gamers Nexus.
Yeah.
It's like proper testing equipment, proper testing environments to like thoroughly test pretty much anything tech.
Yeah. Which maybe they just should have stayed as entertainment.
That's all. Like, I almost want to just like take that position because.
Like they made entertaining content that was like a good bridge between like silly stuff like Austin Evans.
Well, okay,
but
so that's
then also like sort of like not quite as informative as Gamers Nexus. Because Gamers Nexus stuff, a lot of it is very. I mean, you know, I love their content. It's very dry, and it's, you know, but it's not meant to be like absurdly entertaining. It's meant to be like informative.
And like that's like I've actually been watching a lot of like Linus recently, and it's kind of funny because my friend pointed out that I said that I wasn't really watching anything tech, and like that was true for a while. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah, which people use for buying decisions, and you can't just put out. I mean, they cover it in the video. It's like you can't put out like just blatantly wrong information and then, you know, not, and then not take responsibility for it. Samurai, thank you for the tier 1 sub for Demon Mint. Wow, very thoughtful of you. The monoblock. So I never watched the monoblock review. I don't know if I like tuned in or was like aware of it, and then come to find out that, you know, they accidentally auctioned it off. Which, God, that I don't know what to think about that. Like, that company is, not only are they out, you know, a fair amount of money, but like they're out information too, because like, you know, prototypes are just like terribly informative, and I don't know.
Hey, Samurai, I don't know if Wells already thanked you, but Samurai, thank you so much for giving a sub to the community.
You could never thank somebody too much.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I was saying, exactly what was I saying?
Keep poo-poo. Keep poo-poo.
I think I've lost what I was gonna say, but another thing I was gonna say is, a thing about the yeah, I think it's not necessarily even as a content creator, because I think it's just as someone who spends a lot of time on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. Like I'm very like pro like supporting creators and stuff. So like
I would hope so.
Well, like I mean, like I try and, you know, be as ethical as possible and like help support creators. However, so like even though I definitely do, like whenever I like know that there's like a sponsor segment coming up, I get that trigger finger ready and I bap, on like skip forward. But you know, like I definitely understand that how a lot of creators make money is, you know, through like sponsored content and stuff like that.
Well, so if it's not like an ad, you can still skip through it, because I don't think they care about like the watch, like the watched segments of the video. I think do they not get paid beforehand for it?
No, yeah, they get paid. So, or I mean, I'm pretty sure the way the majority of it works is that, you know, like, hey, creator A, I really would like you to promote my business. Can you please say good things about me, and here is $5,000 or something. And then, you know, they make sure that they follow through and blah 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 blah. So yeah, and you know, that the X amount of dollars is based on, their average viewership and yada yada yada. So I mean, yeah, no, it doesn't really matter if you like skip sponsored content in a video, in my opinion, because if you were interested in that content, you'd watch it.
Yeah.
So like if I see them gearing up to talk about a watch, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm sort of interested in, watches. Then I'm gonna watch that. Watch. And then I'll probably, buy the watch, use their code, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So let me catch up. Oh, I was gonna talk about entertainment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. For those that don't know what Disray's talking about, yeah, TLDR. LTT did a video on a all copper water block, GPU water block. And it was designed specifically for like the 3090 Ti or something.
Yeah, I think so. And didn't they try it on the 4090 and it just didn't fit?
It had fitment issues. It had an air gap, so it wasn't cooling it at all.
Which, like, at that point, just don't make a
opinion
on it.
I feel like another solution is they just need to scrap more videos as well. Like, okay, if you don't want to spend $500, $800, whatever,
that's
on
your prerogative.
retesting.
Don't put a bad opinion out because you didn't do your due diligence.
Yeah, then just, like, okay, yes, you're gonna sink some cost in what you've already spent in creating that video, but if you're out of time and you don't have the time to redo it, just scrap it because,
Which also, they were like, they didn't want to spend another couple $100. If you're a large, like, I get that, like, it's important to save money where you can.
Yeah.
But
I think this is a very uninformed or like not thought out take. But at the same time, I do think it's just kind of funny, all the people that are saying, really, I bet you wish you spent $500 on retesting it now. And it's like, okay, that's not...
Well, I think that's a fair comment, though. I mean, like,
okay, but like,
it's not unreasonable.
Steve, I think the majority of the community is focused on that because it's very drama filled and it's like exciting and it's like, ooh, it catches your attention. But what Steve, like, if you watch Steve's video, what Steve was mainly concerned about, in my opinion, or at least from what I took away from it, is the accuracy of the reviews, because that's something that, is really important and that Steve cares about. So, like, I think even if Billet Labs hadn't made it into Steve's video at all, he still would have made it. So I feel like this all would have happened anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh no, for sure. It wasn't just about the Billet Labs thing.
But real quick, I'm gonna backtrack, and like what I was trying to say earlier was, yeah, like my friend pointed out that I had said that I hadn't really like been watching any sort of like tech content, and that's still sort of true because I still have not really been watching like reviews and
I'm so bad about keeping up with it all.
Like, I just, like, it's a lot of like information and it feels like work. So I tend not to want to watch it whenever I'm like trying to relax. But LTT, the video, I would watch them because I would not watch any reviews of theirs or anything. But
it's
what
like fun,
I would
like
watch,
water cooling with a pool or something like that.
Yeah, like that. I would watch that kind of stuff because I think that stuff is like really interesting and it is entertainment. But like even then, Steve's video like really like partially hit home a little bit because like I would get frustrated sometimes even with those videos because they wouldn't even execute on the concept of the video because they had like rushed it and like they didn't even have the equipment that they planned on using. And it's like, what's the point of even doing this if you're not even gonna do it right? And I guess there's I guess, you know, they kind of have built up their image on like the jank and like the, you know, come up with a jank solution to push through and stuff like that. But it's like, if you're like drawing me in with like, oh, we used a turbo fan to cool a PC, and then, you know, like something goes wrong, and then they like don't actually use the turbo fan, they use a slightly big fan or something. It's like, no, that's not what I
Some of
was
his
drawn
videos,
into,
some of
what I
Linus's
was
videos
interested
were
in
getting a
watching.
little clickbaity.
Which, you know,
Don't necessarily
that's
blame
I
him.
feel like that's a whole separate conversation, because but yeah, don't spread misinformation. This guy's an informed opinion. In your humble opinion, prefer not to have drama. Now, actual relevant information on tech is always wanted. Enjoy Steve's content because I can always look forward to honest opinions, which are usually based with facts. Yeah, but like, you know, I think it's just it's different content, right? Like, at least in my opinion, like reviews and whatever the hell Linus does,
Whatever the fuck they do over there.
I feel like are different, are kind of different categories of content, because, you know, I'm not there to like have a cool informed opinion with facts when I'm watching, you know, just because Well Said is kind of on my mind, like
the pool
cooling the PC with the pool. I'm there because I think that's like really interesting to have like this huge water loop that like you're tapping into this water loop that you're cooling solar panels with, you know, the pool, and like you're hooking the computers up to that. And like, I just think that's cool and that's entertaining. And I'm not there to buy anything. I'm not there to like intake any like pertinent information. I'm not there to like learn. I'm there to just see
experience.
yeah, I'm there just to see some dude, you know, do this wacky thing. So yeah, that's why I almost kind of want to take the stance of they should give up on reviews and just do entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But
The market is just so saturated, and granted, with the dedicated fan base that they have, they would likely like take a good share of that market space.
yeah,
But it's so saturated already that like they should just.
but they just set up labs. Oh yeah, no, I don't think that's a realistic opinion. Like, I don't think that's a realistic solution. Like, not doing labs I don't think is realistic for them at this point in time, because they've invested so much into it.
Yeah.
And it's not that, I don't even think it's probably that Herculean of a task to fix things and get, you know, better workflows and more effective communication.
It kind of seems like.
I think what's going to be a lot worse is, you know, if like, you know, this former employee, it sounds like there's a very real possibility that there's a serious culture issue.
Yeah.
And that cannot just be easily fixed with better processes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Roy Batty, hello, welcome in.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Your take on why LTT content became so hit miss. Example, as time went on and growth happened, it became tiring to hear him constantly say something like, I'm paying how much for this? Or I'm not going to spend X number of dollars, then have multiple videos from his micro mansion house build.
Yeah, right.
That's a good point, honestly, yeah. It's weird to be stingy, but also spend like bajillion dollars.
He did like a huge server, like an in-home server.
Yeah.
And like a remote PC in his house or something.
Okay, honestly, like, yes, the house
Super
and
cool.
stuff.
I'm not
but, like,
faulting him for that.
even for the business itself, like, you know, they spend like what, like, there was some video where there was like a really expensive server, which I think one of the, like, I think the one that came to mind immediately, I think was given to them. I don't think it was necessarily paid for by them, but I don't know the details. I'm thinking of like the petabyte of flash or whatever, where it was like all what the so I was watching it. I took my eyes off of it.
The minute you looked away.
Yeah. Superposition finished, and it was staying stable, but
Yeah, right, Batty. Yeah, I think we agree on that. Because, like, yeah, it's like he has obviously worked very hard to build up, you know, whatever you want to call what he's got. I don't think anyone would fault him for wanting to spend money and, like, set up his house in a way that he wants. But, yeah, then to just turn around and at work be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $500 for...
Well, no, I guess the point that I was trying to make, just to clarify, was even if you are being charitable and you focus only on the business still spends, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on like this like crazy, you know, tech stuff. So why can't they spend maybe a couple thousand to make sure that they're putting out quality, accurate content? Or like, just, I feel like, you know, better processes are definitely gonna help, but like, what's the issue with, like, you know, getting a better workflow going and like maybe spending a little bit, maybe incorporating a little bit more time into your workflow? Because it sounds like their goal is to keep up the pace that they were at, but just make it more efficient. But like, why not just make it more efficient, but also give it like a little bit more time, so that you're absolutely making like really quality videos.
We should like email them.
Oh yeah,
That'd be hilarious.
Because we're the experts and we're doing great.
Because we know exactly what we're doing.
No, that's what I was about to say. Is like, you know, it's really easy to say that.
It's easy to criticize and easy to talk about it from a third-party perspective. But
well, because like, you know, even like focusing on ourselves, like I really want that for us, but it's hard to do that with limited time and manpower and resources. But I guess that's kind of the difference, right? Is LMG is a super big company that has, you know, multiple employees and have very serious cash flow. Coming in.
I don't understand how I get so sweaty. Like, I'm warm right now. I am very warm and frustrated because every company thinks that 3-pin 5-volt is the answer, and it makes me want to just start in people, because it's not the answer. It's never been the answer. It is such a bad solution. Like, it doesn't need to have these tiny little pins. It could be like a fan adapter. It could be the same exact shape as a fan.
Even if it didn't, even if it was exactly how it was, if it just like, if it had like a guide or something, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know my neck is red. I didn't put sunscreen on when I put my when I did my oil this morning, which compounded on the sunburn that I got from yesterday while rotating my tires.
Trashy, I don't know if you're still here, but I think I forgot to say that I really like your Halloween stuff you got.
Other pictures.
Yeah.
All the bat stuff I could find. Fuck yeah. Halloween. Are you a Halloweenie?
Like that statue is it's very cool.
Is it the statue? Is it a statue of a bat?
Yeah. I'll yeah.
Oh. I wish it were 63 degrees here. Oh God, that would be amazing.
The bat.
So are we doing a company Halloween party with just Pat and I? Stand in a circle and just chant like weird like witch stuff.
Silent. Okay, since Silent Peace for your joining us. And like, I don't know. People aren't talking about it as much because I think because like Steve kind of just sidestepped it, but that really was shitty of the like. I didn't actually see the video, so I don't know which one exactly it is, but like where I think it was like someone from the labs team or something like actually calling out Gamers Nexus and who's the other one? Hardware Unbox. They're actually like calling them out by name, like being like, oh, we actually have, you know, a new like hardware every time.
Oh yeah.
And maybe I'm misunderstanding what they were trying to say.
As in, they're probably not.
But like, that's bad.
I think
right?
they're trying to say they're not reusing numbers from previous reviews.
I interpret it as like they're using new hardware setups every time, and like
maybe I'd have to look at the wording.
And like Steve's test bench is like old because he keeps it consistent, right? But that's how I interpret it.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Either way, it's probably just sort of like a, because the important thing is that you get the percent difference. Like obviously you don't want wildly wrong like numbers for like FPSs in gaming.
Yeah.
But the important part is like getting the percent differences when you make a change. And ideally, as long as the hardware is modern enough, even if it's a generation old, you'll still get that same consistency. It's not like you're using it's not like they're using a 7th gen processor or something like that.
Yeah, I like yeah, like I just saw the quick blurb of it in Steve's video, so maybe I'm like misunderstanding the context, but like you know, if that was what they were saying, that's still like really silly because, you know, being consistent with the hardware means that you like it's, you know, a control.
Yeah.
And you know, then you can actually have meaningful numbers to compare, you know, because you're isolating the part and you're testing only that part. But yeah, I feel like what you said makes more sense than what I was thinking.
I'd need to rewatch to see like what their wording was, but even then it may not add up. They were saying.
But yeah, Roy Batty, that's best not to call out friendly competition. Yeah,
yeah, especially when they're just doing their job. It's not like they're trying to, you know, they're not trying to piss you off. And you know, Steve was even pretty good about saying like, we're not doing this to go after them. Like we understand that we might be like tensing like relationships. But what did Linus say? He was like using like a friend, like not poking like friendly relationships or whatever. And Steve was like, I'm a journalist. That's my job.
I was laughing because it's such a night and day contrast of like Steve starting off the video. This video is not monetized. No sponsored content in this video.
It was very deadpan. It was very straight. He was almost.
And then even the LTT corporate video
was like, and now our sponsor. Just kidding. But could you imagine?
LTT.com. Someone had to say it.
But no, you really didn't. Ooh. The 4070 only has one butthole, and it's PCIe and not 12 volt. One butthole. One butthole. I like when they only have one butthole.
This Ray says, excuse me?
It's the butthole. You never heard us say that before? Or even if you have. That's the only peely.
Okay, well, now I put the card, exchange cards.
Yippee!
So weird though. Too alte. 8.
Too late!
Do you have much experience with the 30 and 40 series of Zotac cards? Seen some come up at reasonable prices and they're consistently make a white one too.
I think it's safe to say that we are all fans of 30 and 40 series Zotac cards.
Yes, we do have a decent amount of experience with, you know, all of, or well, not all of them, but you know, like the 30 and 40 for Zotac, and yeah, that, you know, we've not really had any issues with them.
Yeah, we're not sponsored or anything. We just haven't, you know, it's not like we see them RMAs with Zotac cards any more than other brands of cards, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And
if we do,
some of them look really cool.
I think they look good. Yeah.
I think some of, like, I don't know. In my personal opinion, I think I would only go for some of the Zotac cards if I had a really specific thing in mind, because
like Zotac would look good in like Fantex cases. I think their angles, at least the 30 series, this new generation of like their Aero cards are a little rounder, and so they might not be as like similar in design language, but
okay.
like
Yeah, no, Zotac, pretty solid, and yeah, you're absolutely right. I think you can get them at some pretty decent prices a lot of the time. You really like the Shroud? Yeah. when they're in stock. Have you seen like out of stock with Zotac?
I don't think any more than other cards, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Roy Batty, thanks so much
Fuck
for the
yeah.
500 biddies. Let's go.
And biddies.
Saw a thing about NVIDIA slowing down production of desktop chips in favor of laptop cards?
Ugh.
Huh?
Although, I will say, I have been
I've not heard that.
semi in the market for a gaming laptop. I'm still debating on whether or not to do a laptop or a ITX.
But why a gaming laptop?
Because it's more portable. And like if I go over to Sarah's, I want to be able to like bring a, you know, like something or other over with me. And then also have a laptop to use, like if I'm in like bed or something like that, or...
Counterpoint, get a capable enough but cheaper laptop. Use your PC.
Oh, like stream it?
Yeah.
Bad idea. Can you stream? Because I have my Mac. Do that to Mac? 'Cause I know there's like Moonlight.
Let me check their website, but yeah.
My only issue, and I just need to test the latency, because the games that I would want to play, like Hogwarts Legacy or Forza or Ride 4, pretty heavily dependent on reaction time.
Hogwarts is?
Just with like countering and stuff. It's not that
Okay.
it's not that bad. That's less so than like Forza.
Yeah,
but,
I'd be concerned a little bit. But okay, so the thing is like, well, you're gonna, yeah, no, I think your main limiting factor would be like internet speed, because what I've done is for some reason they by default they limit your host bitrate by, like, the default options are like the max is 50 megabits per second.
That's not terrible. Because you don't need a whole lot. Well, I guess for streaming, because gaming you don't, like online gaming, you don't need a lot of info.
Like streaming
internet,
game
but
with really low latency
yeah.
And so like
I'm gonna check out. I was gonna try and set up Moonlight. Have you ever used Moonlight?
no.
It's just another like game stream thing.
Okay.
And I was gonna stream it to my phone when I was working at the airport or whatever, because we had a bunch of downtime. I'll need to look into it, but that's actually a really good point. Because if I could avoid buying a secondhand laptop for a while until I could, because if I eventually I'd like to, you know, I wouldn't need anything, just like a 3060 laptop or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can get those for under $1,000 when they're on sale.
Yeah, it is for Mac. There's a Mac.
Okay. All right.
It says Mac OS 10.15 plus, in parentheses metal only. I don't know what that means.
Huh.
That means. But
Anybody know what that?
what you can do is you can like, there's like a config file and you can up the bitrate.
Oh, okay.
So like, because in my experience, whenever I was playing like No Man's Sky, I would have some times where 50 megabits per second was not enough. And so I upped it to I either upped it to 100 or 500. I can't remember which. But ever since I did that, it's like, yeah, I've had no issues at all.
Now, is that with, are you using that like in the same house, or was that like you're elsewhere and using it?
In the same house.
Okay.
But I think you would only be limited by, because you're going to have Google Fiber, so that's not going to be an issue for the host side of things.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just be limited by, you know, the Wi-Fi of wherever you're at outside of the house.
This is a surprisingly small card.
Yeah.
It's the length of the motherboard, which is sort of pleasant.
Yeah.
Compared to the
Big
monstrosities of every other card.
You mean you don't want a
No,
graphics card to take
I
up?
like a giant graphics card. I think it's aesthetically like satisfying. Take that how you will. And
wow, dude, he's going bald?
That's awfully rude.
Ooh, wait, what? That's just, I can't remember what they call it, but that's, huh? Lorky, what you talking about?
I think he's trying to prey on my insecurities.
I don't know if he's talking about you or like if he didn't see that I got a haircut.
I don't know.
I got a haircut. Is that what we're talking about? Or are you talking about Wells? I'm confused.
Sure, either one. Dropping negs.
Was talking about you? Oh, okay. So I think yeah.
Okay.
You're fine, Lorky. You're fine.
I'm being a beach. Yacht. They hate us because they...
Yeah, no, check it out, because I even when I was on Spectrum, I had the like the other PC, and I did I tried it out, and like this was a while ago, but doing like on my laptop at state. While my computer was here, that worked really well.
All right.
But I didn't try anything like too intense. Though.
Horse Google, would you be willing to get fiber? Sort of kidding, sort of not. Hey, look, it's a win-win for everybody.
You all got a fan going? Wait.
There is a fan, yes. There's an overhead fan.
But how can you tell?
Probably some.
The lighting's pretty even.
Horsko, I don't think you have to make a phone call. I'm pretty sure you probably don't have the hookup.
Are you sure?
But I remember when I was going.
To call them?
I didn't. So a little bit of a cheat. I already had the hookup in the wall.
Oh, okay.
I did have to get onto. I just got onto like text-based, like a text-based chat, like the service chat, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta cancel the poo-poo internet. We can look into it tonight if you want. It is
one of us.
One of us. So I would recommend timing it towards like within like a week of the end of your billing cycle. Damn it, push-ups, piss. I missed that.
Oh, shit, I didn't even notice either.
Push-ups. Oh god, I'm just glad it's not like squats or something. Weird. Strings too, like like this part.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. We did regular squats, and then I did leg extension, and then did the sort of like kickdowns for your butt. It was like hamstring and butt. I haven't gone to the gym in fucking how long, or at least not for like doing lower body. Ah,
Yeah, like
warm, hot. Ah. Tired. Good tired though. I like doing push-ups are fun. Now that I can actually do push-ups, I mean, I used to be so bad at push-ups. I had little, and I still have like skinny arms, but I had like extra skinny.
yeah. Okay.
Turn this bitch on.
I am ready whenever you are.
Trashy, if you could not throw your like nice, like reasonable weather in our face.
I'm not jealous.
What do you mean? You don't like 63 degrees? You can drive with the windows down?
Too cold.
It depends on what you're doing. I like 63 because if I'm like out hiking or moving around.
I think my ideal temperature is 73 degrees.
I could get on board with that. I don't. So that's the thing is like, yeah, like 72, 73, like mid 70s I think is ideal. I would take 63 over 90, like for sure.
Need an email, please. Yeah, just fill out contact form.
bitch@phoenixpc.com.
Hey guys, this is Seth. The one you're building the PC for just turned into stream.
Yeah!
You tuned in at the perfect time.
Phenomenal time. I did my push-ups. I'm gonna turn your PC on and then I'm gonna throw it out the window. I don't know why I say these things. I'm not gonna do that. Ryan's done with it.
Listen, I a bit distracted.
You won't. You won't. I will. Impressive form. Thank you. I've been
Actually, never mind, Lurker.
practicing.
I just saw your message. I'll answer that. Yeah. We're gonna get this clip and then we're probably gonna end because we got some stuff to do. So I'll just answer you shortly after stream. Okay.
Need to behave. I mean, you know, wouldn't even be mad. It would be a spectacle. We would, of course, rebuild it, but, you know, it would be funny. All right.
Oh. Ah.
What?
Lorky's throwing jokes in the whispers.
Oh, no. I can see it from here. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
And this
RGB.
Is order 1242.
RGB. Let's go.
RGB. Let's go. Cool. This is a very sensible,
A very
build.
responsible build,
A very-
as I like to put it.
I think calling it balanced is very nice.
Yes. RGB.
Like,
I am totally naming a kid RGB.
you're gonna
It
change.
would be RGB Coalfleet and their initials would be ABC. It would be fucking perfect. I love these massive they push so much air. You're not? As in I'm not gonna do it? I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. That would be so funny. That kid would get bullied so fucking hard. Look, a little bit of bullying is okay. Depends on what you're getting bullied for.
Still in love with those massive front fans? Yes.
Like if you're getting bullied for, I'm gonna be a bad cop parent. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have so much fun as a dad. I cannot wait. I'm excited to get to the point when I'm ready to have kids. I don't want kids right now. But I cannot wait. Cause like I would like to forge a relationship where I can like tease my kid a little bit, but like not about things that is gonna make them self-conscious long term. But then also like I just hope my kid will talk to me and like tell me things. Because I want to be there for them. But then also like, you know, press their buttons and then they press my buttons and then, yeah. Yeah, I want to be a cool dad like you, exactly.
Yep, for sure, trashy.
Yeah, I don't like, especially nowadays, I don't really knock anybody for not wanting to have kids. It's like, yeah, I think some people just like don't have that drive, and I don't know if mine is like sort of like
Kids in this economy.
instilled from family, because like I would like to, like I'm the last, or like one of the last like name bearing kids for my last name.
Seth, your clip is in chat.
And so there's a little bit of like pressure to like keep that going, but then I also just like, I would like to raise a child to be an adult, to like experience all of the interesting and cool things in the world, both good and bad. And so I think there's a lot of reasons that I want to have kids. But...
Lurky, I'm gonna grab that thing that you asked for real quick. Actually,
sisters have 7 kids between though? Oh my god. That's so many. I think like 2 or 3 would be ideal. I think 2 would be ideal. 3, you end up with the middle child syndrome kid. They do look appealing. It's when there's plastic on the glass and like you want to like and you want to pull it off, and it comes off and it's like, and yeah, hit it. And you feel like he could do you so bad you could do anything. Man, am I already hungry? I had lunch and then came over here and I'm hungry again. I do not understand it. You see, food gets digested. It's probably the push-ups. I'm funny. I have the urge to say something rude in response to I'm funny, but I won't because it'll make my life harder. What else? You put the new GPU in, right?
No.
Okay, all right.
I needed to.
I'll leave 1242 there now.
Yeah, just leave it on the table.
We got other stuff to futz with.
Yeah.
No, man, I am. Not enough sugar. I think I have I think I have a sugar problem. That like I like sugar too much. Sugar is addicting.
Okay.
I could go for a burrito. God damn it, Trashy.
I had Chipotle recently, and it.
I am still So when I went up to Vermont, I got Chipotle right like as my last stop, and the burrito was fine. It was whatever. It was a normal sized burrito. The chips though were so wet. They were soggy, like they had just squeezed an entire lime and then half a shaker of salt into the bag. It was awful. It was so bad.
I hate it when they do that.
It was disgusting. I didn't even like why am I overpaying for chips? Is that Modern Warfare 2? Oh, it's Escape from Tarkov. Let's go. Maybe just don't eat Chipotle. Maybe you don't tell me not to eat Chipotle.
Maybe they just get the chips right.
That was only like one time that I've had soggy chips.
Okay, it happens pretty often.
But then the next time that I went Chipotle, all the chips were fucking burnt. Like they were all like, instead of yellowish white, they were like brown orange. It was
like not
awful.
Even golden brown, just like.
Know your place. Trash. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Chips shouldn't be damp. No, they shouldn't. But you know what is really satisfying? You ever eaten Chipotle and it's like you take a big bite of your burrito and then you shovel chips into your mouth? So you get like that it's a really, really good, it's a really good like texture thing. I maybe meant it a little bit. I was just
check out Burlington Bagel for breakfast. Ooh.
I'll have to do that next time. But yeah, so I went to Vermont I rode my dirt bike up to Vermont, and then we rode around Vermont, and then I rode back home, and we started in Bennington and ended up in Middlebury.
We still got to do the poll, Trashy.
Fuck!
Which we have ready. Like, it's ready to go. We just need to do it.
I'm gonna eat 2 Chipotle burritos for the mukbang.
Can I send that to you, and then you can just do that whenever you want?
What, the poll?
Yeah.
Fuck it, yeah.
But
we're gonna get like 4 responses on Twitter.
Yeah. I eat my burrito and then I eat the chips.
I like that. I'm a big like texture eater. So I like to get a good bite of a steak burrito with queso. Can we stop talking about food? Because we have stuff to do, and
Okay, well, let us go ahead and start the raid so that.
I said stop talking about food. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
So that we can.
Am I peeking the mic? I'm so sorry for people
Probably
that are
not.
listening.
We have noise gates and stuff. We're good.
Okay, good. All right. Just checking.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid.
Yippee!
We're gonna raid Robin. Playing some Tarkov.
Oh, it's the wipe, so things are a little more interesting now. Or I think the wipe already happened.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought you were saying white and not wipe. And
Wipe,
I was confused.
Like he just pooped.
I was like, did we? Huh? Okay.
What are we wiping?
Okie dokie. So, yeah. I am going to. We're good. What? Oh.
I gotta get on DS.
So yeah, right now no plans for Monday, but maybe Wednesday or Friday we'll do we're thinking about doing Baldur's Gate campaign.
Yeah, boy.
With the 3 of us.
I would do that, yeah.
And we thought that might be funny / fun.
Wait, on Monday?
We'll see how that goes. Huh?
On Monday?
Or I said Wednesday or Friday.
Wednesday, okay. Right.
But we'll see. Yeah. Go show Robin some love. And we'll hopefully see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.